Most reasons why your car starts then dies. Hello, you are onto Dr. Cool Auto Fix. If your car starts then dies, the only way to fix it is to first find out the cause. While you can do it on your own, it's best to let a mechanic handle it if you're unfamiliar with the ins and outs of a car, as there are several factors that can cause it, which out of my vast experience fixing different car make and models, have compiled this most factors that is responsible for shutting down your car upon startup. Here are 27 common concerns you should look into. 1. Engine control unit issue. An engine control unit, ECU, or engine control module, ECM, is the computer that manages the main engine parameters and programming for your vehicle. Issues with this control unit are quite rare, but if there are any, it can be one of the many reasons why your car starts then dies. What can you do about it? This is a very hectic process that require advanced scan tool to diagnose the root cause of your ECU failure as much as programming another ECU replacement that will work. Contact a mechanic because an ECU failure usually means there are several electrical systems malfunctions that you need to get checked out. 2. Fuel pump leaks or broken fuel line. A fuel pump leak or a bad fuel line won't let the right amount of fuel travel to the combustion chamber. This is same case with a broken fuel line or a damaged fuel pump O-ring seal, which when broken, will be unable to properly allow the right fuel quantity and pressure to be delivered into the engine. What can you do about it? Chances are you have to replace it. 3. Ignition coil issue. The ignition system is responsible for generating the power that the spark uses to ignite the mixture of air and fuel in the internal combustion chamber. If you were to have any issues in your ignition coils, your car will start then stall out and die. If you experience a violent vibration or jerking of your car engine before the engine shut down, this can mean that you may be dealing with multiple ignition coil failure that is incompetent to consistently supply the adequate power your ignition system needs for the sustainability of your car combustion process. 4. Bad camshaft/crankshaft position sensor. Crankshaft and camshaft position sensors are designed to inform the ECU where the crankshaft and/or camshafts are at all times. This allows the ECU to coordinate the firing of the spark plugs, ignition timing, with the position of the rotating assembly. If the ECU can't get a clear signal, the engine may fail to start or die immediately after starting. Your ECU should throw a check engine light if there is no signal from the crankshaft or camshaft position sensors. Get this code read if you can, as it may tell you the exact wire that is causing the issue. Inspect the connectors on the crankshaft/camshaft position sensors to ensure there is no corrosion or bare metal on the wires, particularly behind the connector on the engine harness side. On some vehicles, excessive signal noise or interference could cause issues with the crankshaft position sensor. Spark plug wires are a source of electromagnetic interference, EMF. 5. Bad ground strap. A bad ground strap can cause all sorts of nasty electrical issues. You may experience multiple seemingly unrelated codes. Certain systems may work intermittently or behave erratically. In some cases, your vehicle can stall randomly. If your car starts, immediately then dies, and then the battery light comes on, the battery light may be a symptom, not the cause. Try checking that all major grounds are clean and tight. Fixing a bad ground is usually very cheap and easy. The difficulty often lies in the electrical diagnostics. An engine wiring diagram and a multimeter will be your best friends if you are trying to locate and replace a bad ground. 6. Insufficient fuel pressure. Low fuel pressure can cause a car to start but die suddenly because the engine is not receiving enough fuel quantity to start the car and further sustain the car to continue the combustion process that will keep the engine running. When the fuel pressure is low, the fuel injectors may not be able to deliver the necessary amount of fuel to the engine. Your car may start, but as soon as the fuel supply runs out or there is drastically drop in the right amount of fuel pressure, the engine will die suddenly. 7. Bad idle air control valve. An idle air control valve, IAC, regulates the air-fuel mixture of a vehicle at idle. It also manages the idle under changing engine loads, like when you kick on the air conditioning, turn on the headlights, or turn up the radio. When the idle air control valve malfunctions, you may experience a rough idle or the vehicle may stall entirely. This is especially true on cold starts. If you have a bad idle air control valve, you can often keep the engine running by giving it gas. This is a very temporary solution, but it could mean the difference from being stranded and getting safely to your destination. You can try cleaning the idle air control valve to see if it resolves the problem. Sometimes there is an electrical issue inside the idle air control valve that prevents the valve from operating properly. 8. Huge vacuum leak. A vacuum leak is a hole in a vehicle's air intake system behind the mass airflow (MAF) sensor that allows unmetered air into the engine. This throws off the expected air-fuel ratio and causes the vehicle to run lean, in other words, too much air for the amount of fuel that has been injected. An excessively lean air-fuel mixture could cause the vehicle to shake when starting, and then die shortly after. Normally a car will still run with minor vacuum leaks. If the leak is severe, the fuel injectors may not be able to keep up with all the extra unmetered air in the system for a proper burn in the combustion chamber. You may be able to pop the hood and find something that's noticeably out of place, such as a vacuum line that has torn or disconnected. If you don't have any immediately apparent leaks, you can perform a smoke test to find the exact source of the leak. 9. Anti-theft alarm system issue. An anti-theft system, when active, won't send any power to the fuel pump. But if you have the right car keys, the anti-theft system should switch off after turning the ignition key to the on position. But when it doesn't turn off, the alarm may be triggered or show it's active on your dashboard. And as a result, the car won't start. What can you do about it? Your anti-theft alarm system should have a key symbol on your dashboard that should turn off a few seconds after starting the car. If it doesn't, try to lock and then unlock your car to try again. If it still doesn't turn off, there could be a problem with your car key or even the alarm. Take your car to a mechanic to find out if you are not well equipped with proficient tools and know how to get this done by yourself. 10. Dirty or faulty MAF sensor. A MAF or mass airflow sensor measures the amount of air entering your car's engine and is quite sensitive. Any dirt and oil buildup that's able to go past the engine air filter can easily pollute the sensor. What happens then? A dirty MAF sensor may often read incorrect air measurements, which will mess up the air-fuel ratio, and your car will die. What can you do about it? You can clean the sensor with a dedicated MAF sensor cleaner only to fix the issue. If this doesn't work, you may have to replace it. Note, when cleaning, do not touch the mass airflow sensor directly or clean it with other methods. It's recommended to let the professionals tackle it. 11. Ignition system issues. The ignition system generates the spark to ignite the mixture of air and fuel in the internal combustion chamber. Now there can be several issues in your ignition system. It can be weak car battery, corroded battery, faulty ignition switch. What can you do about it? Ensure everything is correctly connected at the battery and check for corrosion on the battery terminals. If you detect excessive corrosion, try to clean the terminals with a battery terminal cleaner. Next, check each spark plug. If the tip or electrode has excessive wear, it's time for a replacement. You can also look for fuel and oil contamination in your spark plug. 12. Lack of fuel. The most common and obvious reason your car may start then die is the fuel shortage in your engine. This happens because there's not enough fuel in the fuel rail, and there's no fuel pressure to keep the engine alive. The reason isn't always you forgetting to fill up your gas tank. It can be faulty fuel pump relay, sensor, fuel pressure regulator. What can you do about it? It's quite simple to discover your lack of fuel problem. Just connect a fuel pressure gauge on the fuel rail to check if you have any fuel pressure. Or pull out the fuel line into a strainer and turn on your ignition. You may need to crank the car multiple times before the ECU command the fuel pump through the relay to send fuel. If there is little to no fuel flowing out, you could have a bad fuel pump or insufficient fuel in your gas tank. Do not experiment with other different methods because you never know what could set a fire. Instead, just call a mechanic if you are not someone with vast experience on how the car automotive system works. 13. Bad fuel pressure sensor. The fuel pressure sensor is a device that uses a certain amount of pressure to inject the right amount of fuel into the internal combustion chamber. And the engine control unit communicates with the fuel injector via the sensor attached to it. The sensor tracks the amount of pressure in the fuel injector rail, then transmits this information to the engine control unit. Then, your car modifies the pressure in accordance with driving parameters of your car. If there's an issue with this fuel rail pressure sensor, Your car may die because of insufficient amount of fuel pressure needed for proper combustion. What can you do about it? A simple trick would be to try and feel on the fuel injectors with your hand as you crank to see if they click. If they don't make any clicking sound, you've at least one faulty fuel injector. It's best to take a professional's help to fix this issue. 14. Bad carburetor. For an older vehicle that doesn't rely on electronic fuel injection, the carburetor is an essential component of the internal combustion process. This device combines air and fuel in the right ratio for combustion. A bad carburetor, faulty, damaged, or dirty, will likely throw off the air and fuel ratio, causing your car to stall. What can you do about it? You can try to clean it with a carb cleaner, rebuild it with a kit, or replace it with a new carburetor. 15. Faulty or clogged EGR valve. EGR stands for exhaust gas recirculation, a valve that controls the exhaust being recirculated into the combustion chamber depending on the engine load. This valve helps reduce combustion temperatures which, in turn, diminishes nitrogen oxide emission, reducing pollution. If the EGR valve is stuck open, it may let too much air into the intake manifold, causing the air-fuel mixture to get too lean. This will result in the car starting and then dying right after. What can you do about it? Try to clean it first by removing the EGR valve. Spray it with a carb cleaner and scrub away with a wire brush. If this works, you won't need a replacement. 16. Clogged fuel filter or bad fuel pump. A fuel filter is close to the fuel line that screens out dirt and dust particles from the fuel as it passes through before reaching the engine. They're mostly found in internal combustion engines. And since it filters the fuel, it's normal for it to get clogged eventually and may need cleaning or a replacement. But the point is, if it's old or clogged, it can stall your car. This can also mean that you have a bad fuel pump that is bad and need a replacement. A bad fuel pump will start your engine, however, will have problem keeping your engine running. What can you do about it? Replacing the fuel pump is often the best with a brand new fuel pump. You can check your owner's vehicle repair manual, where your car's manufacturer will recommend when to change the fuel filter. Typically, they suggest every 5 years or 50,000 miles. However, this depends on your filter's condition. And in most cases, your mechanic may ask you to get it cleaned or replaced every 10,000 miles. 17. Inertia switch or fuel shutoff solenoid. Bad fuel shutoff solenoid or inertia switch have been found to be a major culprit that can shut down your car upon startup. This inertia switch in some cars make and model is a fail-safe system designed to prevent the engine from running at the event of accident and other to cut down the level of damage that may occur at the event of accident. What can you do about it? You will need to find where your inertia switch is located and push the button to reset it. Follow your owner's manual for instruction as they may be different procedures for different car make and models. 18. Blocked exhaust or catalytic converter. A blocked exhaust can often result into explosion of your exhaust system or shutting off your car upon startup. The catalytic converter of your car is designed to filter harmful pollutant that is capable of depleting the ozone layer with CO2. Over a long usage of your car, not being careful enough to maintain your car, such as replacing the air filter of your car on time, will lead to escape of dirts, particle and debris making its way into your engine, clogging up your catalytic converter. Also, filling the motor oil above the acceptable level will lead to the excess hitting your catalytic converter. What can you do about this? You can investigate this by yourself by checking the quality of emission jetting off your tailpipe. If there is little to none, you could be having a plugged exhaust system. 19. No coolant in your coolant system. This is not for every car make and model, however, when your car starts then shut down. Check if you have coolant in your car coolant circuitry. If there is little to no coolant, then they lie your problem. If you have Audi car, this could likely fix your car issue, as this is part of my experience with this A4 model Audi. 20. Bad throttle position sensor. In the older automotive system, your car engine air-fuel ratio is being governed by this host of sensors and actuators including TPS. When the TPS failed, the right signals that will be fed to the ECM about the position of your throttle will be lost. This will result into loss of throttle response and complete shut-off of the butterfly valve, which will shut off the air going into your engine, making your engine to shut off upon starting up. 21. Broken brake booster vacuum hose. When you start your car and it stalls instantly, try depressing the gas pedal and see if it stays running with your foot on the gas pedal. If your car shut off when you step your foot off the gas pedal, look out for check engine light, scan your car for MAF sensor code, if you found it. This is a clear sign that you have broken brake booster vacuum hose, which will be found at the firewall of your engine bay. A simple replacement if found to be broken will solve the problem. 22. Bad or dirty throttle body. Most new vehicles these days are equipped with a throttle body, which is an update of the previous throttle body. The throttle body is responsible for allowing air going into your engine. Take it as a gateway that is used to control the air and idle of your car, as it has IAT valve encapsulated inside it. When this component fails, your car may show EPC light on the dash, not for all cars make but Volkswagen models or Audi. This will be accompanied with car shutting off as soon as you start up your car. A simple replacement of the throttle body will solve this problem. If it is found to be dirty, clean it using a carb cleaner first. If the issue continues, then it means it's defective. Replacement is the last solution. 23. Bad spark plugs. The spark plug is the component that is fed power by the ignition coil to ignite the air-fuel mixture. This spark plugs can fail over time due to wear and tear. When it fails, it will produce little to no spark that is incompetent to properly ignite the air-fuel mixture. This will lead to car starting and shutting off or hard start. 24. Bad map sensor. The manifold absolute pressure sensor is engineered to calculate the amount of vacuum pressure present inside your intake manifold. When it fails, it can make your car to start then shut off instantly. Replacement is the ideal solution to a bad map sensor. 25. Bad or clogged fuel injector. Another reason for a car engine stalling as soon as it starts up is a clogged or bad fuel injectors. A clogged injectors will restrict the quantity of fuel going into your engine. By so doing, your car engine will start up when the little fuel injected has burned completely then shut off. Servicing the injectors then test it will help you solve this issue. However, if the injectors continue restricting fuel, you will need to replace it if the 5 volts reference from the ECU is present, and the injector have pulse. 26. Bad fuel filter or pressure regulator. A bad fuel filter will often restrict the fuel quantity going into your engine, which will have adverse effect on your engine, starting up then shut off. A bad fuel pressure regulator, which is often hidden inside most European models' fuel filters such as Volkswagen or Audi, BMW, Mercedes and more, will shut off if the pressure regulator is bad. A bad pressure regulator cannot be repaired. Replacement is the solution. 27. Bad alternator fuse. If your Toyota Prado car started up with battery light on, that's a clear sign that your 100 amps fuse located in the engine bay has got open circuit. A simple replacement of this 100 amps fuse will solve the problem. However, it is imperative to get your car properly investigated to know why this fuse got blown. This may not be all the reasons why your car starts then died. However, this is the 98% reasons why your car starts then die. See you later.